There's no biscuits being opened now. I think that is a really, really excellent question. I might hand over to Dale for an answer about the precise calculation. I think it's really important to get into the weeds on what's actually happening. So I'm sure we've all read our Cairns Goodwin document on the great discovery about reducing demand for driving, which was done in 1988 or something, and we know that although traffic evaporation can occur at a kind of median rate of about 11%, typically in the something like 75 schemes that were looked at. What also happens in 84% of cases is that traffic increases on alternative routes. So bearing that in mind, what we need to understand is, as I mentioned earlier, is what is happening to actual journey miles in the area. Are they increasing? Because essentially, if you reduce road capacity, then people naturally have to go further. What impact does that have on emissions? And what impact does that have on climate change? And the thing that is really interesting to look at is to what extent are journeys evaporating, so people are deciding not to get in a car, or people are deciding to get on a bus, which we shouldn't forget is also a very, very key element of active travel. So to what extent are journeys evaporating? To what extent are they going on to different modes, so the bus or cycling or walking or whatever else? And so with all that information, we can actually come, I think, to a climate change calculation, so that both we and the public actually can have confidence that these schemes are actually, helping us tackle climate change and not exacerbating it. And I think that is terrifically important, and that work should be done. Forthwith, really, because otherwise it's hard to make those claims without that kind of robust and transparent data. We also have we have lots of data points as well. So we have the automated traffic counts that you'll see those cords that are placed on the street. So they give us a rough idea of what's happening with traffic on the streets, how many vehicles are going past, etc. We also have really brilliant things like vivacity monitors in different places in the borough. There's one in my ward on Southampton Way, and that very accurately can give us a picture of LGVs, HGVs, cyclists, pedestrians, cars, etc., etc. But we also have access to something called Waze for cities, and that is something that public authorities can access to really get a very, very good picture of changes in congestion, which is super important. So